I want you all to stay quiet and listen for a patty flipping moment, okay? Do you feel that? Do you feel that heat in your body? Is it getting hotter? If so, then that right there is the sun.
The sun is a deadly laser.
Music is a part of everyone's lives, whether you know it or not, and that's also true in the world of games. And what better way to celebrate the summer freedom than to list some rhythm games to stave off the heat? You know, cause they're cool. Ha! Put away those rock band heroes and Friday night DDRs. We can do better than that. Here are some rhythm games to beat the summer heat. Now, I understand that rhythm can be tricky to get into at times, and there's no shame in it. We can start with something simple. And a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, Rhythm Heaven, everybody! AKA Rhythm 10 Goku, AKA Rhythm Paradise, AKA the numerous parodies and custom remixes you see on YouTube. All you have to do is follow the beat while doing stuff. What kind of stuff? I don't know, you look at this and tell me. The series is developed by the same team behind WarioWare. You know, the guys who said, I'm not sure what to do with this, so just give it to this guy. I'm pretty sure he'll make it work somehow. That is very much the entire statement on this, because what you're doing is but when in doubt, just rhythm it out. Whether you're confessing your feelings to your high school crush or training in the Navy SEALs, you'll have to get a good rhythm going if you want to get that gold medal. Despite how bare bones it may seem at a glance, it's surprisingly addictive once you get started. Ask anyone who loves it. And that's all thanks to Sunku, who has not only a history in writing songs for anime and television, but he has also composed almost every song in the game. The absolute madman. And though the game will throw some occasional curveballs to try and keep things interesting, the remix levels are where the real fun begins. With no guidance whatsoever, you are expected to play a string of games back to back to back on an entirely different track each time. It's like one of your high school exams, but actually fun. And just in case you're a masochist and want to add some suffering to your life, you'll get the occasional chance to go for perfects. No mistakes, no messing up, no room for error. It might be difficult to keep up with everything thrown in your face all at once, but don't be afraid of messing up every now and then, especially since watching someone fail can be pretty funny, even when you're the one who's failing. And as long as you have the unyielding drive to get into the groove regardless of your skill level, doing random things in time with the music will become second nature to you, including making love with this woman. Is that as dirty as it sounds, I swear. Okay, but how about a rhythm game that actually has a sensible plot? One that has high stakes and involves death. All right, here you go. Rhythm Doctor is all about rhythm and doctors and rhythm. Look, I know the transition between frackin' Rhythm Heaven and Rhythm Doctor is met, but trust me, not all the games on the list will have rhythm in the name, okay? You're an intern working for a hospital using the most cutting-edge technology in health and sciences. Remote treatment. That means you could be curing cancer while laying in bed all day. If only that's how it actually works. Anyways, your job is to administer cardiac treatment to whatever patient you're in charge of. And how do you do that? Well, it's a 4-step process. Step 1, put fingy on button. Step 2, push button when needed. Step 3, Step 4, profit. Sounds simple, right? Well, it is. If the name of the development team behind this game didn't spell it out for you, you just need to time your hits on the 7th beat to treat your patient. But you gotta remember, you're the doctor here. Their lives are in your hands. If you make one mistake too many, bap, the guy's dead now. So congrats, you just murdered somebody by being awful at rhythm games. On top of that, you've also got some beats you need to hit immediately as they pop up, or beats that you'll need to hold down for a specific amount of time. You'll definitely have to be able to treat multiple patients at once, because your superior left you mid-operation to go play Final Fantasy frackin' 14. I don't care how good you are as a healer. No amount of OGCDs will mend the trauma you put me through. But aside from some wacky office hijinks involving irresponsible workers and politicians, and well, hello there, Newsdash, what are you doing here? Where the game truly shines is its custom levels. If you couldn't get enough of saving lives with the literal push of a button, the extensive level editor will let you create custom beat patterns and visuals to the extent of your own imagination, which means, yes, you too can ditch your day job to go play this critically acclaimed. We're not doing this joke. I know I said it was simple earlier, but the skill ceiling can get surprisingly high. This game is just not for the faint of heart, but as long as you got one, it shouldn't pose too much of a problem. Just don't be a heartbreaker. Ha ha! You know, real life can be like trying to get a perfect full combo in a song. If you make one mistake, it's all ruined. Tough luck, kiddo, but you still gotta see it through to the end. But what if we could just rewind back to that moment before we messed up? Or better yet, restart the whole thing. Well, there's no rewind or reset button in real life, but if you're still desperate, then here's the game for you, you cheese-eating cheater. Rat Gang represent! Make way for the literal pet project of Frankenstein that is Mad Rat Dead, starring a rat who is dead and mad and is revived by a hot anime rat waifu and his sentient heart companion, and is on a quest to murder the twisted rats who took his life like it were a high school biology project, while breakdancing to the kinds of music you'd hear in a Japanese video game. Without context, you'd think I was going crazy, and I actually am. But in true rat fashion, your goal is to simply go from point A to point B while grooving to the sounds of your heart. Yeah, let's go with that. Every beat is an opportunity to either jump, dash, attack, or do other rat acrobatics that would make both Mario and Sonic jealous. But don't feel pressured to hit on every beat. You'll definitely want to take things slowly at first and mentally prepare yourself for the precision platforming ahead, because that precision platforming can be very strict and even borderline unfair at times, and you will die a lot. Luckily for you, you've got the power of Zawarudo in your heart and can rewind back to a certain point in time. So if at first you don't succeed, die again. Or actually, maybe don't. Even if you have the power to undo your mistakes as much as you want, you are living on borrowed time. While you can get some back by eating these green Doritos, these cannot be reset, and later stages will definitely eat up your time as much as you can eat up these neon Illuminatis. And if you let it run out, say goodbye to your second, third, or whatever chance this is, the game will even go out of its way to say, "You mad, bro?" But if you're the giant rat that makes all the rules and want to see what kind of trouble you can get yourself into, prepare yourself for a funky adventure of rat revenge while learning about the value of life. Oh wait, this is Mad Rat Dead we're talking about. What was I expecting? Would it be cheating if I included 2 games in one spot? Whatever. More games always means more fun. When Sony got into the gaming market, they wanted a mascot character for the PlayStation brand to compete against Nintendo and Sega, and their choice was, of course, Crash Bandicoot. They also had a second mascot for consideration, who, funnily enough, came out on the exact same day as Crash, Parappa The Rapper. Geez, Sony, how come they let you have 2 mascots? That mascot privilege was well earned, because Parappa would go on to become a rhythm gaming icon in the late 1990s. Parappa The Rapper, its sequel, and its sister game, Jammer Lammy, follow the typical Simon Says formula while jamming out the fresh tunes of its time, with lyrics that are either cringe fests or sacred texts that not even Eminem himself would dare utter. Honestly, it depends on you. Now, hold on, I hear you say. I thought you weren't trying to include these types of games. Well, dear viewer who probably didn't say that at all, unlike those games where you're required to follow the notes exactly as the game tells you to, the Parappa games have a subtle freestyle mechanic. Notice that cool rating? While you can just repeat the rap given to you by the instructor, you're encouraged to not only improve upon them, but also make them your own. And if you can do that enough times without being cringe,
It's the sun. Now it's your turn. Show me freestyle.
prepare to button mash as you have Parappa spit mad bars like he's having a stroke, because he probably is. Sure, it's not exactly the most innovative rhythm game by today's standards. There are complaints here and there about timing and input lag, and the cult following it's garnered is more out of meme potential than anything. I slam my penis in the car door, but there's something novel and poetic about utilizing the knowledge passed down to you to come up with something of your own design in games where that's usually discouraged, which is sadly all I can say about this series, as aside from re-releases, there doesn't seem to be anything left to come out of it. It's safe to say that the legacy of Parappa is officially dead. I guess he slammed his penis a little too hard, which is where the obligatory indie spiritual successor game comes in. Hoping to keep alive the spirit of Parappa all over them non-believers, Scratch and Melody follows the footsteps of Parappa in complete style. You'll still follow the patterns laid out for you, and yes, you're encouraged to go the extra mile and spin your own jams to go absolute 64. But in addition to all that, there are also times where you'll be required to actually supplement your instructor rival. It'll be tricky when the guidelines aren't able to prepare you in time for when they come, but not only can it sound cool, what can you expect from a demo fan game made for Sage 2022? That's right, as of this video, this fan game is in its demo build, and you can play it right now. So the days of flipping burgers and the paper dog are long gone. As long as passionate fans are still around to revive the spirit, we can still be flipping burgers with old McDonald's himself. So if you're itching to show up Simon in his own game, as Simon says, consider this oldie and newie of groovy games. And alas, for our last entry, we saved the coolest for last. A game of keeping the rhythmic beat just isn't enough. You want to beat in some faces too. You want in that hot, groovy action. And while most games on this list are indeed hot or groovy, wait, I thought we were going for cool because of the ever-increasing heat and climate change. And whatever, none of them could ever really deliver on that last bit. The action, the boom, boom, pow, except for this game.
Hey ya!
No Straight Roads puts you in the shoes of Mayday and Zook, an indie rock band duo going by the name of Bunk Bed Junction. These underdogs are gonna rise up to the top and overthrow the oppressive regime of order with the power of anarchy. And rock too. And according to very reliable sources, last time I checked, order is for losers. Enemies in this game move to the beat of the music, but not you. You're moving to the beat of your own drum or guitar in Mayday's case. Dance with the boss to avoid their attacks while unleashing yours randomly and rapidly like the anarchy gremlin you truly are. That's right, I said boss. You don't have time for small fry, so you're gunning straight for the upper management like a heroic Karen.
What?
I'm sorry for relating you to a Karen. And since Bunk Bed Junction is a duo, you can bring in a friend to help you spread double the chaos. Whether you're up against manufactured K-pop idols, cultural music and stand users, a piano-playing child prodigy, or a beat tuber, you'll be sure to feel the beat while the boss gets beat. Nailed it. Although I'll have to dock a few points away from this game. Take a look right here. What do you see? What do you see? That's right, it's a straight road! This game is pure false advertising! It's a scam! But looking past that, it's one heck of a rhythm game. It allows you to slash away at enemies. And I can't think of a single game that follows this formula and does it just as nicely. Oh wait, yes I can! Ready for more? 1, 2, 3, 4! Surprise! Another twofer! Hi-Fi Rush is what happens when an AI plays Surgeon Simulator and it botches up the whole operation. Someone didn't play Rhythm Doctor. I'm just saying. Despite it being released without any fanfare, its popularity managed to skyrocket after just a short while.
When I make a video game about this, who's gonna be my voice actor?
Oh, haha, Robbie Damon, you cheeky. You play as a rock star Tony Stark. Future rock star Chai as he bashes and breaks enemies with his robotic arm. How he ruined his old one is a mystery best left unsolved. But when things go awry and a capitalist conspiracy rears its ugly head, it's up to him, a random girl he just met, and a robotic cat to take down the evil org behind it all. Sound familiar? It's No Straight Roads, but not really. The two roughly share similar mechanics and their stories can come off as identical at first glance. But while No Straight Roads encourages you to keep going with the boss's rhythm in the upper hand, Hi-Fi Rush demands that you dance to the same beat the enemies are moving in, both offensively and defensively. Like Mad Bat Dead, every beat is an opportunity to attack, dash, and do some other cool stuff, except you need to make every move count. Attacking the enemy, gotta nail down the timing and button combos for maximum damage. Defending with a parry, prepare to hit the offbeats as well. You can't just go in guitars a-blazing. There's a good bit of skill and strategy required to get past certain obstacles and enemies. If No Straight Roads is the Cuphead of rhythm games, then Hi-Fi Rush is like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry. Metal Gear Rising, not a normal one. I don't even. But if these games are similar, which should you play? How do you decide? Is it by gameplay, by story, soundtrack? No, it's by waifu. Fish waifu? Or face waifu, take your pick. Decide on that and you'll find your answer. I'm joking, of course. But whichever you settle for, know that you'll get an experience that'll rock you like no other. And if you're lucky enough to get both, more power to you. And with that, that's our list of rhythm games to keep yourself safe from the deadly summer laser. Tap your feet, keep up with the beat, and you can't be bogged by the summer heat. And maybe you can even find some new songs to download onto your playlist. Just make sure your AirPods don't get in the way of the important things in life. Are there any other cool rhythm games that we haven't listed here? Let us know in the comments below. And be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Your support will allow us to cover more content like this and more in the future. Till then, I'll see you groovy frickers next time. Peace out! Okay, seriously though, fish waifu or face waifu, I don't even care if you're choosing the games. I really just want to know, am I the weird one? You know what? Don't answer that.